It's been a crazy day across the National Football League, so on today's Pittsburgh Steelers Talk, we have another jam-packed show for you. But first, if you bleed black and gold or black and yellow, by the way, Wiz Khalifa from Pittsburgh, he had the song Black and Yellow, so I'm going to side on that. Then hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, and let's embrace debate with this continuous debate among Steeler fans everywhere. Steel City, what's good? You're watching Pittsburgh Steelers Talk by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr., and we start off today's show with some really fascinating rumors revolving around the quarterback position in Pittsburgh, and a quarterback who the Steelers know very well, who hails from the AFC North, who actually beat the Steelers in a playoff game 2 years ago for the first time as a playoff victor since 1994. That is one Baker Mayfield. Still with the Cleveland Browns as of now, but maybe not much longer because we know the Cleveland Browns traded for Deshaun Watson and gave him a historic contract. But a lot of rumors out there that the Steelers would sign Baker Mayfield if he's cut. Now, there are going to be a couple of teams that check in with Cleveland about his trade availability, but if he were to get cut, and if Baker were to really force his way out of there, and the Cleveland Browns couldn't find another trade suitor, they could just outright release him, and he would become a free agent. And if that's the case, a lot of rumors out there circulating that Pittsburgh would be interested. Now, here's the thing. We know that they signed Mitchell Trubisky, but that contract isn't too prohibitive for a backup. So you can still have Mitchell Trubisky as your backup, Baker Mayfield as your starter, or have both of these guys duke it out for QB1 throughout training camp, which would be fireworks in the Steel City. I highly doubt that this is true. I can't see Pittsburgh going the route of Baker Mayfield. I don't think that his swagger and his bluntness really fits the direction of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. We're talking about one of the most iconic brands in the history of the NFL that has moved forward with quarterbacks like Terry Bradshaw and Ben Roethlisberger. They don't go through the quarterback revolving door, and they always go with guys who can be the face of the franchise, not the chaotic and somewhat drama-filled quarterback options like Baker Mayfield. Now, I understand what happened early in Ben Roethlisberger's career, but over time, he ended up being a Hall of Fame level talent. Baker Mayfield has one good season. He's nowhere close to being on that path. That one good year, that's when he beat Pittsburgh at Heinz Field in the playoffs, completed around 63% of his passes, 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. But he's coming off a down and disastrous year that was injury-plagued, that was drama-filled, and he didn't look good or comfortable in that offense because he was a spread quarterback coming out of Oklahoma. Then he has to go under center and rock with an I-formation power football that's run heavy, but also there was so much drama going on with that within that organization between him and Kevin Stefanski, him and OBJ, and it really just reached a boiling point in which Cleveland was like, you know what? We're done with this. We don't need this little trail to follow us with all of this Baker Mayfield nuggets just continuing to just come to the surface. We're going to go after Deshaun Watson. Now, obviously, that has a paper trail as well. We'll see what transpires with that. But personality-wise, Baker Mayfield, a little bit up and down. So would you even consider signing Baker Mayfield if he's cut? Heisman Trophy winner, former number 1 pick, who can be braggadocious, type Y for yes or type N for no. That's going to be the pinned comment on today's YouTube video. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, perfect opportunity for you to scroll on down and treat that comment section like a Sports Talk Radio call-in line. A monster move that has monster implications across the entire National Football League and in the AFC went down today. Tyreek Hill, in a shocker, traded from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Miami Dolphins. And in doing so, he lands the most guaranteed money for a wide receiver in the history of the NFL. Is this the craziest NFL offseason we've ever seen with the quarterback movement, Devontae Adams trade, now Tyreek Hill? I think so, but the Chiefs trading away Tyreek Hill for a lot of draft compensation. This trade ended up happening after contract talks had stalled between Tyreek Hill, Drew Rosenhaus and his camp, as well as KC. So Brett Veach ends up sending him to South Beach, and the Miami Dolphins, one of the biggest winners throughout this NFL offseason, with first-year head coach Mike McDaniel making a huge splash that'll send ripple effects all across the National Football League. So here is the trade. Dolphins only get Tyreek Hill, one singular player. Chiefs receive first round pick, which is 29th overall, a second and fourth round pick this year, and a 2023 fourth and sixth round pick. Now, is KC starting to rebuild right now? It looks as though that's the case, or maybe they're retinkering along the way because you still have Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, and the boys. But this has to be one of the craziest offseasons in the history of the NFL. I mean, think about what has transpired up to this point. Tom Brady comes out of retirement. Aaron Rodgers back to the Green Bay Packers. Russell Wilson to the Broncos. Wentz to the Washington Commanders. Mitchell Trubisky to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jimmy Garoppolo has not been dealt yet. Deshaun Watson has. Devontae Adams. Tyreek Hill. It's nuts. And that's only covering a small portion of what has transpired throughout this NFL offseason. That's why the NFL rules in America, and that's why they continue to dominate television rankings. How many picks would you have given up for Tyreek Hill? You saw what the Dolphins gave up for one of the most explosive offensive threats in the NFL. Let me know in the comments section. I want to hear from all of you and wave those terrible towels. Speaking of terrible towels, what an unbelievable segue by your boy. You can get a terrible towel today by simply going to chatsports.com/terrible towel. And you know what? I love these for a couple of reasons. You can obviously wave it at the game. You can have it at the crib. You can use it as a handkerchief if you need to. You can get swagged out with having it out of the back pocket and available in a couple of different languages as well. Terrible towels and colors available right now. Chatsports.com/terrible towel. Toala terrible. And how about this one? Little camouflage action? I'm all about this life. I'm all about this movement. I hope you are as well. Fanatics doing a great job of hooking all of Steeler Nation up. That link available in the comments section and the description of this video. Mel Kiper's new NFL mock draft is out. NFL draft, by the way, coming your way April 28th to the 30th in Las Vegas. And guess who's coming to Pittsburgh? Malik Willis, who had dinner with Mike Tomlin earlier this week, slated to go to Pittsburgh in Mel Kiper's latest NFL draft. The Steelers had the 20th pick in the first round, and Kiper has them taking the Liberty sensation, who had his pro day on Tuesday, and he was letting throws rip, throwing across his body, throwing with his body, displaying his elite athleticism. Now, the haters are going to say, oh, what? You're just fawning over guys in shorts. You know what? Why people fawn over some of these throws? Because, they're one-of-one throws. I mean, I might be able to unleash a football 50, 60 yards because I'm built different, but not everybody else can do that out there. And what Malik Willis did, man, cross his body, chucking a little dime off one foot, in stride to his wide receiver right in the end zone. And I love his vivaciousness. I love his personality. I love his swagger and his confidence, and he seems to be a mature guy. Now, the big question with Malik Willis, and why I actually like Willis going to Pittsburgh, what up, Willis, is because he can develop under Mitchell Trubisky this upcoming year, because he's looked to be a very, very raw prospect who didn't do a lot of professional offensive things with Hugh Freeze at Liberty. That's why you signed Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky's been through the ringer. He's played in a pressure-packed market like Chicago, took a year off to reevaluate things and work on his game under Brian Daboll as well as Josh Allen. Not really a better quarterback, or not many quarterbacks, I should say, that you'd like to learn from other than Mitchell Trubisky than Malik Willis, and the pressure wouldn't be on Malik Willis. Yo, sideline, headset like me, sit next to Mike Tomlin, learn the ropes, learn the game, carve us up in practice, get a lot of those reps. Then in year 2, maybe even year 3, you're our starter, and we'll make some things happen in the Steel City. Should the Steelers draft Willis if he's there at pick 20? I think it's a no-brainer. I do not view Mitchell Trubisky as a franchise starter. Malik Willis has the opportunity and the potential to be the number one quarterback in this draft class if he goes to the right organization that has stability, continuity, and a good front office that is really just immersed in winning ways. That right there is Pittsburgh. D for draft, P for pass. Get those votes in. Thanks for watching today's show, and don't forget to subscribe, because this channel, it's red hot.